Hello everybody, welcome back to Teachers Talk Money, where I help teachers master their money in order to give back to themselves. Today I'm going to be bringing you a much anticipated, at least much anticipated by me, net worth update, and that is for the month of December 2021, but more importantly, because it's the last month of the year, we get to look at my net worth update for the entire year of 2021 and compare it to the past 2 years, since I have been tracking my net worth for over 2 years now. For some context, in case anybody is new here, I am a teacher. This is my 4th year teaching, and as of last month, I am 25 years old. So let's get right into it, starting with my investment accounts, and more specifically, we're going to get started by looking at my Roth IRA. This is my individual retirement account, and therefore it's an account that I contribute to outside of my employer. So my Roth IRA is currently valued at $17,708, which is a big chunk of money, but that is actually down from last month by $482. Now, I did not contribute anything to that this month because I have already contributed the maximum amount I can for 2021, which is $6,000. So for the past couple months since this has been fully funded, I haven't obviously been contributing anything because I can't, and I've just been watching that passive income go up and down, and this was a pretty bad month in the market, at least at the time that I'm collecting these numbers. So all of that loss was entirely passive. So unfortunately, we didn't see any increase, which is kind of sad, but that's all right. That is part of the game of having your money in the market. Now, let's move on to my 457B, which similarly saw a passive decrease, but I contributed a ton this month, so overall it saw an increase in value. It's currently valued at $16,259. which is up from last month by $1,251, but I actually contributed more than that this month out of my paychecks, because this is obviously my employer-sponsored retirement plan. So it saw a passive decrease of $366. The reason I contributed so much between last net worth update and this net worth update is because this is actually reflecting 3 different paychecks. When I collected my net worth in November, I had only gotten 1 paycheck that month, and so I got another one in November and 2 more in December at the time that I am recording this video. So this represents 3 paychecks, and one of them was extra large because of that incentive payment that my district gave us. So that is why the massive amount was contributed to this account. Again, kind of a bummer to see it go down, but we'll take a look at my passive income for the entire year to show that while there are certainly months where it decreases like this, even by a lot, overall my investments grew by over 3.5K this year, which we'll get to those exact numbers at the end of the video. So that takes us to my pension. Again, if you've been following me, you know that I only track the contributions to my pension because that is all I can currently access. Should I leave my district, I can only take out what I've contributed, not any of the interest that it has accrued. When I've been teaching my district for 10 years, I will start counting that interest because I will have that money available to me should I leave my district at that time. So my contributions for this month, again, we're looking at 3 paychecks, so I contributed $627, which brings the total to $12,285. Then we have my supplemental pension, which you may know only updates once per year, so currently it's valued at $798, and that's just going to be stable until it updates again in June or July. Then we have my emergency fund, which I keep in a high yield savings account. Again, fortunately, every month I have been so grateful that I haven't had to tap into this. It's doing its job sitting there should I ever have an emergency and need to use it. It's currently valued at $5,044, and that accrued $2 in interest. And then we have all of my other savings. So these are basically my midterm savings that I am saving up for a specific goal. We have a travel fund included in here, my gift fund, which I spent basically all of already on Christmas gifts, a fund for grad school, a fund for Hattie's needs, and just various different accounts like that. And if you took a look at my December budget video, you know that I plan to save a ton this month, and I did. So these accounts now total $4,149, which is up $1,424 since last month. Again, this reflects the fact that I put a lot of money into these savings accounts, especially considering I did spend a lot of this money too, especially for my gift fund this month. So all things considered, it came out about $1,400 higher than when I last collected my net worth. So now it's time to add up all the totals. With everything added up, my net worth is $56,243. Since last month, it has grown $2,822, bringing us up to a year-to-date change of $20,078. As you all know, my original goal for this year was to grow up by 30K. I think that was a little ambitious, as we can see with these numbers, but I am pleased that I was able to grow up by 20K again. If you've been following for a while, you know that I grew it by about 20K last year, and I'm feeling extremely pleased that I was able to meet that goal again, even if it wasn't my initial super audacious goal. As I like to say with all of my audacious goals, if you shoot for the moon, the worst thing that could happen is you land among the stars. So I did not grow my net worth by 30K, but cannot be disappointed with the fact that I was able to grow up by 20K again this year. And we can take a look at my totals year by year, since this is my third year of consistently tracking my net worth. And as you can see when you look at these numbers, it's been really consistently growing about 20K per year. Again, every time I've been looking at this slide since I started doing the year by year slide back in September, I've noticed the numbers have been extremely consistent, which on one hand makes me feel really good and positive about it, that I've been able to have consistent growth, and then on another hand makes me feel really excited to eventually see an increased rate of growth. So not just that it's growing by the same amount every year, but actually growing more and more each year. And I think this will come a lot more once I sort of have the majority of my net worth being in my investments versus my savings. Because as you hopefully know if you've been watching this channel, that's where you have the most growth potential, is in your investment accounts. Whereas savings aren't really designed for growth, they are designed for a specific goal. Anyways, speaking of growth, let's take a look at my passive income for the entire year of 2021. And this is really exciting because this is the first year that I actually have been tracking my passive income, which is problematic, and I probably should have started a lot earlier, but that's all right. So you can basically see here how my passive income has fluctuated month to month, most months being in the positive and a couple months being in the red. One of those being this month, where I lost about $848 in my investment accounts. Still, overall for the entire year, my investments earned $3,590. Now, of course, as always, this represents unrealized gains, but the way I like to think of it is that I gave myself a 3.5K raise this year. This is all essentially money that is now reinvested to earn its own interest, and that's really exciting to me because it takes a lot to invest over $3,000 in a year, period. And the fact that this was done on top of what I have already invested, to me, is a really, really exciting thing. This basically comes out to about $300 a month that is invested on my behalf that I didn't need to take out of what I have to spend. So I'm glad for that. I'm excited to keep tracking my passive income in 2022 and sort of see again, hopefully not just that it's consistently growing, but that the rate at which it's growing is increasing. And now we can take a look at my favorite little infographic I do for these videos, which is my net worth graph. And as you can see on my graph, I am almost at the point where I've made up for the losses over the summer. I bought a car this summer and I had a really expensive move, and I live off my savings in the summer. So there's always some sort of dip in the months of July and August and usually September, but this year it was a massive dip because not only was I living off of my savings, but I had to cash flow a car purchase and a move. So it has taken me until this month of December to basically make up for those losses. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all my numbers. I am extremely excited to see what 2022 has in store for my net worth and specifically for my investment accounts. This was a very spendy year for me and a very savings heavy year for me. Which you can definitely see if you checked out my yearly spending video that I published last week. And all things considered in terms of a reflection for this month, again, I'm feeling really positive, but mostly just neutral about my money, which honestly is sort of the goal for me as somebody who has struggled most of her life with really negative feelings around money. Make sure to check back next month for my January net worth update, as well as to subscribe for new videos every single Thursday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week and rest of your year, and I will see you in 2022, I think. Bye, everybody.